action. Hey, hey. You see me. What's going on, baby?
All right, so to avoid any confusion, all right, because of the hair, Foster is on your right.
Yeah.
I'm on your left, and that's the only way you could possibly tell us apart.
At this moment, I know it's got to be hard for you guys to understand what the hell is going on. We're doubled up, baby. Double trouble. Yeah. What's up, man?
This is going to be like really classic. For you guys, because which I'll talk about a little bit as we get into it. But in about, I don't know, maybe 6-7 hours from now, I'm leaving the Lihue Airport, and I'm going to New Jersey.
He's going back to Jersey,
by way of the San Francisco Airport. And I haven't traveled, I'm sure like a lot of you, once, COVID hit.
Yourself.
And who else am I speaking for, man?
You said you guys haven't traveled.
Did I say all of you or some of you? I don't think it was all inclusive.
Okay.
All right, that would.
Because I've traveled.
That's very presumptuous, yes, and you still are, as evidenced by the wig. You're traveling. You're traveling without even moving.
Hey, man, ain't we all traveling?
Oh, do say.
Oh, let's get this thing started. If this your first time checking in with Foster and Feinstein, make sure that you give us a like, a share, a subscribe, and you keep coming back for more. We do this as a weekly show. Let's get right to it. Yo, what's up, man? It's your boy, Foster, and
the Traveling Feinstein.
The Traveling Feinstein. So in this episode, we're talking about traveling and how everyone travels at some point in time in their life, how it's a consistent travel, even if you're not even on a plane or a boat or a train. We travel.
Well, you could spell the same way, but plane could be used in the.
Ooh, the cross planes. Like,
no.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
This is why I keep this guy around. Full of thought-provoking ideas,
But I'll just do mine really quick,
okay.
And then we can. So I'm traveling, and I haven't left the island for at least a year and a half. And man, everything has changed, as you all know, the masks and all of that. But holy crap, man! I went to every time I fly United Airlines, I say to myself, I should never fucking fly them again, and I do, because their fares are low. So when you go on, it's like United. So I'm flying them, and now they got something called a basic. It's a basic fare. Basically, the fare entitles you to get on the plane and fly.
Naked.
No. You're not guaranteed a specific seat, which you have to now pay for. You can't even bring on carry-on luggage, even if you want to pay for it, which I didn't know. So you're allowed what they call a personal, like a personal item, which is really no bigger than, like a computer, a computer bag. And that's all you're allowed to get on with. I didn't really know this until, a day or two ago, and it just really rocked my world. And so I'm now dealing with traveling, and at the same time, dealing with how difficult it is for me to deal with change.
Hey, man, change is inevitable, right?
Oh,
It's about adapting. So I wonder then, who in their right mind would basically pick the basic package? It's about time you start getting on some private jets, my good old pal.
Well, not about a private jet, but
hey, this show will pay for the private jet. Hey, get to the producers. Call the accountants. This is an HR problem. We can't have this guy flying without his bevvies. He needs his drawers.
What is it?
Your panties.
Oh, BVDs.
Yeah.
BVDs?
Yeah.
BVDs. Oh, wow. I'm, what do they call it? A gorilla? commando.
Plus you're considered like super senior citizen. So it's like they should literally let you bring on your weight and extras. I know you need water, you need coffee, you need vitamins, you need extra Pampers, you need
Oh, though,
a
no.
walker.
No.
Oh, you're actually very, very athletic.
Well, not bad. You know.
That's why I'm drinking this. I'm trying to keep up with you.
No, forget it. No, well, first of all, you'll get there. There's no hurry. So it's like there's absolutely nothing you have to do other than breathe,
Facts.
and you'll get here. Anyhow, so what's really kind of interesting to me, and maybe interesting to you guys, is that we're gonna do in this show, right? And you'll watch and hopefully you'll like it and do whatever Foster's about sharing and all of that. And then the next time you see the show, I will have come back, right?
Right.
With a whole other kind of a mindset,
Right.
which I have no idea what's coming. So I'm about to launch on this journey,
This traveler's journey.
right? And I got no idea, what's ahead, which is not necessarily my favorite thing, an issue of mine.
He's a control freak, guys.
No, but I like
Stickler,
what
a
I like. What
stickler.
I like.
I don't know. Everybody does, right?
Uh-huh.
Some people are the opposite of that, and they don't want anything. They want to be told everything that, oh, you're late. Like, just what time do I got to be there? And then it's like, it's like not being in control of the outcomes. And
What are
like
those?
you.
What are people called who do that?
I
mean,
I'm trying to think. I forgot the word.
there is a word.
Passive.
No. Stupid comes to mind. but-
Hey, very, 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 very.
I know that's cruel.
Actually,
it's cruel. It's very cruel.
This is 2021. There's words that if you say them on air, you will be canceled. And it's going to be just the Foster show.
woke my ass.
There's nobody cancel you on this show.
No, well, no, we
But
can't.
ours.
I can't believe how that has.
Cancel culture has evolved.
Oh my God! I mean, if you say like the one that comes to mind, then I'm a little kind of wired because of the travel, so I apologize.
Don't worry,
I'm
don't
normally very quiet, and Foster does all the talking. But Matt Damon.
Okay.
He recounted a story where one of his daughters really gave him a hard time because where he grew up, he was a Southie, man. He grew up in Boston. It's tough. That's like talking blue collar, baby.
Yeah.
And I don't mind saying the word. I'm going to say the word, okay? And I don't mean it. Boy, do I not give a shit. And he couldn't even recount it in the story, so it was F something. And it used to have a lot of different meanings, and the word is faggot. Okay? Man, that was like, it used to be a cigarette. No, it was.
Yeah,
It was.
I remember hearing that. I don't
Right?
remember- I don't remember
No,
the
you
time
wouldn't know.
of
It was long. God,
Yeah.
it was a long time. But
Yeah.
by the way, believe even before me,
Right.
he didn't even say the word in the story. But he said that he used it once in front of his daughter. She went to her room and she wrote, apparently, what he said, an incredible essay about why it is so incredibly inappropriate to use the word.
And yeah.
All right? So it's like, wow, there's a really good story.
Well, think about this too. It's because I make music, right? Hip hop is synonymous with using those any type of vulgar language, not just like language that goes against, the LGBTQ plus community.
Oh my God, no.
Like against women, against the oppositions, against other rappers, like rap beef, like I'll fuck your mother, kill your dad, like shit that, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what? And now there's this culture, this cancel culture that if they catch you saying things that they don't like, they rally together and they bash you over the head for it, and forgetting that we're humans and that we have emotions, and that sometimes people are just doing what they know by trying to entertain, trying to make a joke. Like Dave Chappelle does it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
He still does it to this day. He doesn't care because he's at that point now where he owns his shit. He's not under a label anymore. He's not like obliged to happen to contracts and stuff like. No.
And really, what really matters isn't necessarily the words; it's the
context.
actions. Okay. And Chappelle is an unbelievably generous guy. what he did to his community, what he did for them in Ohio, with the shows that he did during the whole COVID thing, it brought in like probably millions to the community.
Yeah.
What a phenomenal thing, to do.
Right.
That to me is the measure.
Facts.
So I read it and said, "Oh my Lord!" And now I can just see, oh, he's got a big movie, and they canceled it. No, but they haven't.
But that's you know the rapper DaBaby.
Yeah, well, yeah. He
said some homophobic things on stage at a live show, which it's like, come on now, it's a live show. You're amped up. You got 80,000 people looking at you, cheering you on. You say things like, "Oh my God, if you in here and you ain't got AIDS, raise your hand and go crazy, yeah." And everybody goes crazy, and they're like, "Oh my God, why did he say that?" And it's like they got mad at him because he said his apology wasn't genuine enough. And it's like, to make someone that's an entertainer apologize for something that they did in a live show, they can't take that back. Like, it's not like something that they just rehearsed over and over and over again and they thought about it. It's like, that's kind of unfair. And now he's got this show canceled, these people canceled, Madonna canceled, Bono canceled, like all these people that are just canceling him now. And now that's affecting the food that he makes, the food that he puts on his table. It affects him feeding himself. It affects him making money, even though he's rich, probably anyway. But it's like, how can your actions cause you to lose so much that you've worked for when it's just a word? It's just an opinion. And if he is wrong, like, if he's in the wrong, okay, how many people are in the wrong every day? There's nobody on this planet that's shooting 100%.
No, I completely agree. And then when you look at it in a larger context of the inhumane treatment of people by governments, which don't seem to really bother, a lot of people.
Right.
How we're dealing with immigrants.
Right.
Right. And oh man, I mean,
why don't we come together and cancel that type of treatment?
Yeah, and or the fact that voting, that we have states across the country that are suppressing the vote. To me, that's profane.
Right. No, that's
all right.
Yeah, that's bad. Yeah, that's.
To me, setting your sights on overruling Roe v. Wade, that's the worst kind of profanity. It ain't a word. It's so far past that.
That's literal action.
You know what I mean?
Intentional action.
I mean, a woman's right to choose.
Right.
It's like, and it kind of like, I don't know, man. It trivializes life in a sense that who are the people that are holding these people to these kind of standards?
Right.
I mean, who are they? The people that are outraged. Man, how many times have they found really, really conservative politicians in Washington who are really, they're anti-homosexual, anti-like most everything, and then they catch these motherfuckers in the bathroom.
Yeah.
No, with a gun, no serious.
Yeah.
So it's like
living a double life. But that also brings me to the point of like we gotta figure out as a people, right, how to come together cohesively to make real change. You're never going to stop somebody from saying certain words and saying certain things. You're never going to stop somebody from feeling any type of way. So to protect the freedom of speech, it's like that should be more important than canceling somebody from saying the wrong things. I mean, I know we had to cancel Donald Trump and do all that because he was invoking violence. Like, he was literally invoking riots and things of that nature. But if an artist, if an entertainer, if a person, like for me, I got songs in there where I've said things that literally would be taken in terrible context by certain communities if it was played back right now. That I just made it. I thought at the time was good. Now I think like back on it, was like it could have been a little bit more caring for the feelings of the people. But it's like you're in that mode, you're in the thing, and you're gonna judge a person's character off of that. That's not fair. And on top of that, what makes you an expert?
Or gives you the right.
Yeah, like you said, who gives you the right?
Because you better be walking a really fine line if you're putting yourself in a position to judge others. And I'm thinking, I don't know how long ago, but where that whole thing about sticks and stones
Right.
came from,
Right.
and
Right.
that words can't harm you. You know, they can't unless you allow them to.
Right.
And it's a real, there are, these are just, I don't know, it seems to be a very difficult time.
That's because where we've traveled to this point in day and age right now on this I don't know what happened at one point in time. We just like everything became so sensitive, so hypersensitive.
But I mean, I think about I'm trying to think of what Black Eyes. Oh yeah,
Richard Pryor?
It'd be both Red Fox.
Red Fox. Okay.
Red Fox was dirty, dirty. Okay, there was an album by I forget her name. Right around the time of Red Fox, original kind of Red Fox, whether it was the 50s and Around the World Is Not a Cruise.
Wow.
It was an album.
Okay.
Okay, like Jesus, like over 60 years ago.
Right.
And it was okay. Not, and you got the late George Carlin and the seven words that you can't say. And I believe in his routine, he said them all, right? But back then, and making fun of the fact that this prohibition,
it irks my chain because of the fact that it's like deaf people who can't hear, right, have a community of other deaf people who they communicate with on a regular basis, and they have certain words and little snicker remarks that they have about people who can't talk.
You better believe it.
Right? Blacks have their own little culture. They have things that they say about white people. Jewish people, like the Jewish people, one of my Jewish best friends ever in the whole wide world, good old Mr. Feinstein, they probably say things about the Germans. I don't know how it fucking goes, but at the same time, it's like, if we're all in the same room together and I'm not fucking punching you in the face and you're not like trying to cut my throat, and I talk about old people all the fucking time, but I love old people. Old people have so much more character than you young fuckers in the world. It's like, would you put me on stage and say, he's old bashing by saying these jokes? It's a joke. It's entertainment. Like, do not judge me off of trying to incite someone to smile.
Yeah, and along with that, what happens? It's a cutoff. So there's no dialogue.
Right.
Right?
It's either do or don't, right?
Yeah. So why doesn't somebody like, hey, talk to the baby?
Right.
Right. Say, what's up, man? I mean, not offended or anything. So where you coming?
Have more like the RuPaul show.
Yeah. No. But so where's it come from? What's your life about? Get some dimension to it.
Actually, I got a perfect skit because Kanye West about 10 years ago touched on this point, and he talked about why in rap music a lot of homophobic tendencies come out, because in growing up, hip hop was this hardcore like thing, just like, fuck the police and all this shit, and to be the annotate, how do you say it? The opposite of
Anybody in high school be like, yo, you acting like a fag. You acting like, dawg, you gay? And I used to deal with that when I was in high school. And what happened is it made me kind of like homophobic, because it's like I would like go back and like question myself, like, damn, why does everybody else walk like this and I walk like this? So why is it you start just looking, because you don't realize until you're in high school, people like, yo, fam, look at you. Look at how you act. If you see something and you don't want to be that because it's such a negative connotation towards it, you try to separate yourself from it so much that it made me homophobic. By the time I was through high school, like anybody that was gay, I was like, yo, get away from me. And really, like Tupac said, started hanging with the thugs, and you look up and all my friends were like really thugged out. And it's kind of like I was racing to try to find that constant masculine role model right there, to the point where it's like I would really discriminate. Like I use the word fag, like always condescending towards gays and look down upon gays. And I remember my cousin told me that another one of my cousins was gay. And at that point, is kind of when the turning point where I was like, yo, this is my cousin. I love him. Like, and I've been discriminating against gays. It's like, do I discriminate against my cousin? And then everything starts to click. You know, he brings his partner with him to like Thanksgiving and all that. And you just had to sit back and think, like, damn, you know, hip hop really is about, it seemed like it's about like fighting for your rights in the beginning, about speaking your mind and about breaking down barriers or whatever. But everybody in hip hop discriminates against gay people.
This is good.
The opposite, I was trying to get big words. Like
No.
The opposite of rap is synonymously correlated with gay. Like to be a terrible rapper, like, oh, that dude, he's trash, he's gay. That your rhymes just sound like you fucking faggot, you know, like and it's like something. The reason he said people are like that because in school, it was like you walk this way, you talk this way. If you're different than the masses, if you're different than the public, they're gonna call you gay. And so it's like you don't want to be that. So then you try to fit in with the cool kids. You're like, no, I ain't no fucking faggot. Even if you are, like, even if you literally were in the closet or whatever like that, it's not fair that you have to hide your sexuality because of being scrutinized. But at the same time, it's like you have to understand that we've all lived in this world and we've all went through the gauntlet of having gone under that suppression. And it takes time to heal. It takes time to change. You can't just wake up one day and be like, you can't say 48 words, but you also have to say these 48 words because there's new genders, there's new roles, there's new all this at the same time.
In a sense, it doesn't allow for evolution, or learning. So, you know, oh my God, things that a guy or a woman is now, I don't know, mid-40s, let's say, and they found out something that this person did when they were did or said when they were like 21.
Yeah.
And it's like, come on, you know, we also learn, and we learn because people, you know, bother to teach us.
Right.
And you know,
the planet shows us that we need to do better.
Well,
that's a whole different subject.
Yeah. But just cutting it off, you know, no dialogue. It's like, where's it coming from? You know, let's talk about it.
See, that's the adult thing to do.
Well, you know, I guess so.
It's that, and then the child thing to do is just be like, no, don't say it again. I don't like it, and we don't like you, and you don't deserve to be in anything other than what I want you to be in.
Well, then on top of that, which is always like, geez, what's changed? And it's like, you know, now we have we have social media. So in a sense, there's really there's no privacy.
Right.
Anywhere a phone can go, you're you know, in a sense, you're found out.
I'm private in my backyard. Alexa can't hear me. Here.
I mean, God only knows what's been going on for, hundreds and because we just, you know, we didn't know. We talk about like in terms of political corruption. Oh my Lord! I mean, I can't. You know, I don't. You know, but going all the way back to, you know, Greeks and the Romans, and even before that, money's being offered or favors and decisions being made. I don't. Holding ourselves to a high standard it's just we're bound to fall because we're imperfect. We're human.
Right.
And sometimes we say what we mean, sometimes we don't.
Right. Well, but that's the thing is that, okay, I've seen gay comedians, I've had gay friends, I have gay friends that literally joke about, oh, I'll turn that guy or I'll turn that girl. Just let me get one night with them. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, in a sense, isn't that an attack against heterosexuality? But we just accept it because there's a minority. It's a considered minority that's saying it. But it's like if the roles were reversed and you were like, I'll F the gay out of you, or I'll give a girl, I'll make this girl the gay out of you. It's like, then you're wrong because that's a hate crime in a sense.
Yeah, and then if you want to give it some context, we have such really really big issues
Way bigger than some-
to be dealing with.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and I mean like life and death issues for
millions of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, is that we want to spend our time on that kind of thing. It doesn't mean it doesn't deserve attention, but how we manage to find so much time to vilify Matt Damon.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the baby.
And it's really cool, for Exxon to go about its business buying politicians, trying to subvert climate legislation. Well, that's kind of okay.
Right.
And I
That's
don't
the point. That's the point of the distraction. That's not in headline news. That's why you have to
No.
search for that information.
And in a sense, I'm not necessarily the most trusting person. So I wonder, who stands to gain from us being distracted from the really big issues.
The lizard people.
That's it. I don't, kind of true. But meanwhile, man, I'm so bent out of shape about having to travel, the masks, the Delta Dawn.
The Delta Dawn.
Yeah. And hanging out at the airport for a couple of hours.
Well, I'll give you 2 tips of advice while traveling amongst this United States we call United, which seems very divided. 1, don't talk about being vaccinated to anyone. I don't care. Don't get dragged into that conversation. 2, don't call anyone gay. And you should be fine. Mask or not.
Yeah, but I have such which we're not going to do now, and I've written about it. I have a terrific a really, really good story about that whole kind of an experience for me, and how it really changed how I look at that, that whole world of gay and straight and all of that. Happened a long time ago. I was very fortunate to gain a perspective I would not have had without the experience. But it's in the book. I've written about it, but we're not doing that now.
Okay.
But what I can't believe I'm not looking forward to my trip being over because I want to see family and all of that. But in a way, I'm going to have this as a record, right?
Yeah.
And then we're going to come back, and it's going to be and it's actually we'll have to do it on Wednesday because I get back on Tuesday.
All right, let me call my guy. I got to make sure I schedule that perfectly.
You
Juggling all these.
juggle this.
That's perfect. Juggle this. Juggle that.
So it'll be, to me, that will be interesting because it's not like I'm going to forget this because I have it to watch as a reminder, and it'll be like, oh my God, I can't believe I said that, or oh, I had no idea what I was going to be experiencing.
But this show is not for kids anyway, so.
Oh no.
That was another thing that the rapper said. It was one of these rappers, Lil Boosie. He was like, "Why are you guys going to publicly do this to these stars? Because these kids are watching these stars. So now what we're doing is showing the kids that this is the way to behave, and that it's okay to be this way, but it's not okay to be this way." Which, in a sense, is like, how's that your choice? If you want to be like Dave Chappelle, you can be like Dave Chappelle. Or if you want to be like Bernie Sanders, like those two people exist in this world and they deserve to be here. And they're two completely different people. But to say that because you talk like fucking Bernie Sanders, you're going to hell and it's wrong to a kid, now the kid's going to be like, no, I don't want anything to do with Bernie Sanders. And they had never had a choice. They never, because it was thrown in their face that you need to be like Dave Chappelle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's free will. We're fucking up free will at that point. But we're going on. This is we're probably almost done. You got anything left to hit the people with?
No.
Before your travels? I'm traveling too. I'm leaving on Thursday.
You are not.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I mean, this Thursday?
This Thursday.
Where you going?
Oahu.
Good stop.
Yep.
When are you coming back?
Saturday. Yep.
VA?
Nope. Checking out. Just check. Her family coming in.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's just a pleasure trip.
Pleasure trip.
Oh, excellent, man.
Business trip. Shh.
No, no, no.
Pleasure,
Oh,
business.
So you're going Thursday and coming back Saturday?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. We'll both have travel stories.
Yes, sir.
That's okay. I think we probably zipped through the time.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was easy. That was
Pretty good.
That was easily
Yeah, don't.
half an hour plus something. Oh, so this right here, the reason I wore this, guys, before we close with you, because I know you're probably wondering, what the is he doing? He always wears a hat or something like that. I'm gonna miss my old friend. My old friend. So I have to make sure I keep a piece of him with me, because
That's not mine.
his hair, this is literally the shavings from his hair for the last year. I've been secretly collecting them and putting them in a plastic bag and going home and using some Elmer's glue and gluing them to a fucking, a glove. I took a glove, latex glove, and then I just glued your hair to it.
Just for the record, this can't be duplicated.
That's a fact. All right, man.
All right.
Hey, appreciate you guys for staying with us this long. Make sure you like, if you haven't already, subscribe and you share. And also, do right by people, man. If you don't agree with somebody, have a conversation with them. Don't cancel them. What's the point? You start canceling everybody, what the fuck we gonna have left?
Yes, I agree. Wholehearted. Which again is like, it's what we do. You know,
It's
not.
because we're fucking bored. Not we, but you're fucking bored. It's too
Well,
much time on your hands.
Well, I don't know, but this is, again, you and I, it's very easy for us to find so many ways to come together.
Yeah.
If you're talking, if you're open, if you have a good heart.
Get good intentions. Yeah.
You know.
You're
So,
right.
Anyway, well,
It's been real.
that's right.
Foster and Feinstein. Over and out.
Peace and love. God bless.